camp, right? Now, apart from the camp in what's it called, in Liberia, there's a place. Adeboye is actually from a place called Ifewara in Osun State. The camp at where the camp that you were showing earlier on, the nickname is I remember back in uni days, we used to call the place Road to Heaven. And the only reason why he had that nickname was because you had Redeem. Redeem camp was there. Deeper Life had a camp, MFM, all the churches. It was, honestly, the traffic was crazy. It's at Lagos Ibadan Expressway. And I remember the nickname we used to call it back then was Road to Heaven. And what I'm saying back then, I'm talking of late 90, because they had Lekki 98. That was the beginning of the madness of camps. Okay, Lekki 98 was, so Lekki is a place, is a suburb in Lagos State, and they actually did the camp. I think they had the first mega gathering. I remembered very well at close to the Bar Beach, right? And it was shortly after, because the only reason why I remember is because Winners, at the time, I used to attend Winners, Oyedepo's church. And we were actually, I was a covenant partner, we're saving up money, or we were crowdfunding for Covenant University.
Can you please tell us what a covenant partner is, please, when you're done?
Okay, so covenant part. So let me finish what I'm saying, and then I will come and explain. So anyway, we're crowdfunding for Covenant University at the time, and then it was the following year. So the plan where we have the Winners Shiloh or Ota, whatever it's called now, that land was actually purchased specifically for the private university, Covenant University. It wasn't purchased originally. We weren't meant to build the Shiloh ground there. Anyway, after Lekki 98, Adeboye gained ground because they made a lot of money. Now, I can say that personally because my auntie gave up, I know of about 8 solid properties that my auntie gave to Redeem. Okay? And when I say properties, I'm not talking of cheap properties. I'm talking of properties at Victoria Island. Okay? So that's aside. Now, you see, over time, Redeem has mastered the business of Redeem and every other Redeem Winners, they've mastered the business of selling their Jesus. Now, vessel of dishonor, you mentioned, why are they not building houses? You see, in that redemption camp, the one that Afro 80s was showing, on that redemption camp, they have buildings, they have residential properties there. Yes. Now, my older sister, who used to be a deacon and left Redeem, and my cousin, both of them, well, I still have people who are part of Redeem, but these two bought properties at that redemption camp, the properties that they were selling. Okay, now at the time when they were selling it to you have to be a member to buy it. Yes. Now, when they sold the property, what they didn't tell their members, and I only knew this because of my sister's experience, my cousin's experience. So when they were selling the property, what they didn't tell the people buying is that when you buy that property, you're only paying for the building. The land in which the building is built upon belongs to the church. Okay? Now, this is a first-hand, this is not something that somebody told me. It's a first-hand information. Okay? Now, when you also buy the property, so my sister bought, I can't remember the name because they have names for the different, so there's a rich area and there's a poor area, basically, in the same camp. Okay?
Yes, absolutely, because don't forget, I got baptized at that place. So you can tell, I got baptized at the redemption camp. And so you can tell where the rich people are and where the poor people are.
Yeah.
When we go to camp, right? When we go to camp, you can tell where the everyday person is and you can tell where the rich people are. Yes, they separate people.
Yeah. So my sister bought the house. My sister and my cousins, both of them bought the house because they both live in the UK. Now, when they bought the property, my sister didn't really think much of it because obviously the whole idea behind, so initially they were targeting those who live abroad, the diasporans, because obviously they want to buy property, and then given security concerns in Nigeria, it was just safe, to have the property in there. So when they bought my sister's property was a 4-bedroom maisonette, what you call maisonette here in the UK.
Maisonette, yes.
Yeah. So, but what they didn't tell them was they could not renovate, or they could not build it to specification. Is at the taste of Oyede, is at the taste of, it was actually, what's his name that was in charge, Adeboye's late son, Dapo. Is it Dapo? Dipo? What, I can't remember his name. The one that died anyway. He was the one. His company actually got the contracts. Okay, so they built the property. My sister didn't necessarily like it. I mean, she was happy she had a 4-bedroom. So what she wanted to do was she wanted to renovate it because the rooms, it was just 2 toilets. So she wanted each room to be en suites. And then apparently, like in the UK, you have to apply for planning permission. So apparently she, of course, thinking it's her house, she got the workers to go, she got the builders to go, do what they needed to do. And she was surprised. She got letters, legal letters, cautioning her from doing that.
Wow.
Okay. Then as if that's not enough, now when you buy a property, I don't know of now, but I'm talking of this incident I'm talking is about 8 years ago. Okay. Now when you buy these houses, there's a clause in your paperwork that states that you must, during the camp, because the camp is every month, Festival of Life or whatever they call it, is every month anyway. So you've got to give the church holds the spare key of your property. And during during the camp, during the annual, monthly, whatever, the church opens your property and actually accommodate people in there without your knowledge.
Yeah. My brother goes from time to time and say, I'm going to Nigeria, and he wants to just go for personal retreat. He goes to that place, and they give him a spot there. But he's not a member of that church.
Well, to be honest, I don't know. But my sister was a member.
I'm telling you, my brother is not a member of that church, but he likes to go there for retreats.
So my sister, after a while, I think my sister just got fed up. She couldn't, it's her property, but she couldn't do anything that she wanted. It was built to the specification of the church. There was like literally you are in bondage because you bought the property, but it's not yours really. And then my sister, obviously being a diasporan, decided she wanted to sell the property. And she was surprised to find out that she can't just wake up one morning and sell the property. The church dictates when the property will be sold and who it will be sold to. So anyway, of course, my sister wanted to go to court, and her lawyer advised her, you're never going to win this case in court.
Wow.
Because the paperwork, when they come through the paperwork, the only thing that belongs to my sister is the building. The land, everything belongs to the church. Okay? And that's also applicable in Winners, in Ota. That I know is applicable. But you see these guys, right? We're talking about, the Lagos, where they have that Lagos, the Road to Heaven, the redemption camp, is actually an industrial area. Okay? Proud to having the Redeem camp there, it used to be trailers. Anybody that knows that particular road, that particular spot, it wasn't as big as that, but it used to be trailers.
Lagos Ibadan Express.
Yes. They used to have trailers because how will I say, it's a connecting road, if that makes sense. Because that particular road, you're coming from Ilorin, you're coming from, Kwara State, what links to Lagos from the other side. Not you know what I mean. So you have trailers. You know, it's meant to be an industrial place. And I remember this guy, this from I think it's Works and Housing, the Minister for Works and Housing, if I'm right, Raji Rasaki. Nigerians will know him, who built this gather. That was his nickname back then. And I remembered very well, he was against the church. He was against Adeboye because originally the redemption camp was not purchased. It was given to Adeboye. And subsequently, they acquired land. Of course, he had people in power who, you know, they got more land and stuff like that. But the thing is, if you go to redemption camp, I've only been to that redemption camp once because I was never a redeemed member. I was more of winners. And I remember the first time I ever went to the redemption camp, what struck me was the level of poverty in that camp. You know, while you're, it's very interesting because while you're saying, you know, when you're driving through, it's quite a lengthy drive. When you're driving through, you see like luxurious cars, you know, lovely cars, nice houses. I mean, you see wealth. And then all you need to do is just turn the other way and you see abject poverty. And yet, Adeboye is there telling people God will bless you. So is it that his God is blind? Is God is blind to the poor, but pays attention to the need, pays attention to the rich? Because in that same redemption camp was where Adeboye was raising 1 billion per person, where he had that popular stuff asking people to come and donate 1 billion. You know, it's appalling. It's appalling that, I mean, even here in the UK, what do we notice in the UK? You notice this franchise, Adeboye's franchise, is gaining weight in everywhere. Yes, we have other churches, but there's nowhere you turn to that you don't see Redeem. And I don't understand how, I mean, I suppose people that follow them, I don't know what they do, but I just don't understand how Adeboye cannot see or smell poverty and empower people. And do you know this man called Adeboye, for you to see him, like most other preachers as well, you've got to pay to have special session with them.
Of course.
Now, I will quickly explain the covenant partner before I mute myself.
Just one second before you continue. Johnson, are you for or against? Johnson, are you for or against in this conversation? Because we want people who think that this is their daddy G-hole. If this is your daddy G-hole, please come up and let's talk. If you think he's respectable, if you think that he is a good man, because listen, when you talk about Nigerians, when you talk about which is the good pastor, ask some people, who do you, if you're to recommend one preacher and say this is a good man, who would you recommend? Some of them will call this man and say he is one of the good guys. So
yeah,
if you do you think highly of Adeboye?
Okay, can you hear me?
No, hold on. I'm just got a quick question. Are you for or against?
Okay, good question. I'm against. No, I'm for Adeboye. Yeah, I'm for the good things. Yeah.
Okay, just mute yourself for a minute and let finish.
So the covenant partner, that's a winner's thing. I don't know about other churches, but I'm talking in relation to winners. So in winners, one thing that winners was known or is known for is crowdfunding. Long before the days of GoFundMe and whatever, everything we've always done in winners has just been crowdfunding. Okay, so we used to have just offering and tithes, and then over time we went to Wolfby, so that's a Bible school. And so if you go to the Bible school, basically on your graduation day, you are meant to become a covenant partner. You're meant to have, so the covenant partner is like a privilege.
Wow.
Okay, that's the way it's been sold out. It's like a privilege. But even within you being a covenant partner, there is covenant partner and there's covenant partners. Okay, so because in the covenant partner, so once you attend Wolfby, which is a Bible school. Now I'm talking of when I used to be there, so I don't know what it's like now. But once you graduate from Wolfby, automatically you do your graduation, and then you're given you're welcome into the Covenant Partners Club. Okay, so what that means is, you can send prayer requests directly. You have direct contact with Oyedepo, which is not true, but that's what they sell. That's what they tell you. You have direct. So basically, for you to go out, for you to have gone to the to Wolfby, you are special. You are more enshrined in the winner's doctrine. Okay, so what they then did, you give this money, and it could be like maybe they are having like church buildings, or some people. I mean, when they say covenant partner, it doesn't necessarily mean money. It could be landed property. So me that I'm speaking to you, I give landed properties to winners. Okay, it could be landed properties. It could be car.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ollie. I was trying to mute Boaz. I'm so sorry. I mistakenly muted you. I'm trying to mute Boaz. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So it could be cars. You could give your car. You could give your property. You could give your land. Just something of value. Okay. Some people give gold. Some people give gold. You understand? But it has to be something of value. And then what happens? So in winners, we have 4 covenant partnership. So you have the basic one. You have the gold. You have the silver. You have the platinum. Okay. Now, as individuals, you've got covenant partner. Then, for me, at the time, I had a company. Myself and my ex, we're both running a consultancy company alongside our day-to-day job. So, I also was a member of a corporate covenant partner. So the corporate is my company. Okay. So, but because my partner wasn't a member of, he doesn't attend winners and everything. So my own share of whatever profit we made, we're running the consultancy stuff. So whatever share I made, my own share I would give. So with the covenant partner, there's no specific amounts. There's no percentage. So it's up to you. And on several occasions, I've given 100% of my own total financial share as a covenant partner because I was a platinum. Okay, so say for instance, you know how they build the churches, like when they were building Shiloh. Of course, I donated money because we raised funds. So I donated money as a member, but I also donated money as a covenant partner and also as a corporate covenant partner. Okay, and I was doing that monthly. It's something that it was something that came out of my bank account every month. And when I relocated abroad, I was given at the time, you were not allowed as a covenant partner, you can't give the money in the local currency in Nigeria. You have to give the money in the currency of the country where you are. So I was paying in pounds.
Mm-hmm. So basically, this covenant partner is you are agreeing to give more money than the everyday person.
Yes.
You're agreeing
but aside from money, like they would say, so for instance, at the time Oyedepo used to travel. Okay. So at the time Oyedepo used to travel. So if you're a covenant partner, and that's why I said there's covenant partner and there's covenant partners. So at the time Oyedepo used to travel. So obviously, if you're a platinum, you have that direct contact with him. But it's not free. You would pay maybe like hotel, or maybe like you have to go to a restaurant, wherever it is that he's going. You would pay for that, but he doesn't bear any cost. The covenant partners host him. So it was like a affluent, like a bougie social club. So you would say that people would do anything to be in the platinum because you had that direct contact.
Can I, before we get to Johnson, I want to play something very quickly because today is about hearing. Not I'm not here to lie against anybody. We are not here to defame. We're here telling you what exactly is going on, right? Of the words out of this man's mouth. So please listen to this.
We wanted to dedicate a church in one nation of the world. I won't mention the name because the whole world is listening. But in one of these powerful nations of the world. My children have built a very beautiful edifice. They've asked me, when will you be around to dedicate? I've given them a date. And then they made the announcement, they began to advertise. And a senator, one of the powerful men in the area, heard about it and wrote to them and said, over my dead body, will you dedicate this church? So my children contacted me, Daddy, what do we do? Do we postpone the date of the dedication? Some people are suggesting that we go to court. Some people are doing this. Or maybe if we postpone it till next year, we will have time to fast and pray. I smiled. You see, when the battle is too big for you, you don't need to fight. You just relax. Let God do the fighting. I told my children, I said, the date remains. What are we going to do? Nothing. Just keep on praising God. Well, a week before the day of dedication, big senator was getting dressed to go and get a permanent injunction against us so that the church would never open. And as he was getting dressed, he had already put the left leg on the left side of the trouser. And for one funny reason or the other, he puts the right leg also in the same something. And while he was struggling to free himself, he fell, knocked his head against something. By the time they took him to the hospital, he was dead. Somebody said, Pastor, you mean you killed him? I said, no, I mean, he said over his dead.
It's not finished though. Listen, he's going to pray a prayer now. And these clowns are going to say amen.
That's why I'm decreeing this morning. All those who say you will not reach your goal, you will attend their funerals.
You heard that? He and his members, he said to them, all those that say you will not reach your goal, you will attend their funerals. You heard the jubilation. That's what him and his people, they go and pray for. They want to attend people's funerals. Now, that prayer he's praying, all those that don't want you to reach their goal. Adeboye is the number one person not letting these people reach their goal. How many people here are not making other people reach their goal in this place here? So imagine if that was you, that someone is praying this, they're here praying. Just think about it. If you offend a Redeemed Christian Church of God member, and this is what they go and pray for you. The senator was in his right to challenge a building or whatever structure. Who knows what happened? Maybe the structure did not meet the plans that were laid out. Maybe they did not seek the right planning permissions, right? What was the reason why the senator said this building will not be put here? But no, he thinks that because the senator stopped him from building his church, that it was his God that took him out. There's something wrong with this man called Adeboye. He is evil, pure evil, wishing death on people because of your useless, stupid structure. Right. Johnson, hello.
Okay. Thank you for the
Johnson,
opportunity to talk.
Johnson,
Yeah. Yeah, I
let
can
me
hear
say
you.
something.
You said?
Johnson, you heard that prayer, huh?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I did.
And what do you think of that prayer?
Just like you said before you played the tape, you said something like, this platform is not to defame, to just to hear and to listen, right? Isn't it?
I asked
That
you,
was said.
what did you think about what you just heard?
Yeah, I heard what you played. I think I heard that. I think I was even, if I'm not there, I'll
You were
probably
in that
heard that prayer before.
you were there and you were one of the people praying that prayer, right?
I would have actually heard that prayer before. I'm not sure. Maybe I was there. Yeah, probably.
So you were praying to have your enemies unalive so you can attend them. So how many funerals have you attended, Johnson?
Attend the redeem.
No, the prayer you people were praying to attend the funerals of people that you do not agree with, people that have that say you will not make your goal. So how many funerals have you attended?
No, actually, I'm not attending any funeral. I don't go to funerals whatsoever.
So your
But
prayers were not answered.
Basically, nobody unfriended me or probably have any enemy in any area of my life. So I don't see any reason why I should actually go for any prayer or any funeral for anybody. But the angle I'm looking at this whole thing from, based on what I've heard, I joined a bit late. The angle I'm looking at it from is, you've been able to pick on different things they've said at different points in time and using it as the basis. Do you understand me? For everything that's been going on around the whole world, what they are doing, acquiring places here and there, the church, the programs, and some other things. First of all, I just want to debunk something Oli said about, he's mentioned so many things. I'll just pick on some of the things he said because I'm a part of. I actually attended regime before I left Nigeria.
No, but Oli Rotty was talking about what's the name?
Winners, he said winners and redeem.
You're not a winners member. You're not a winners member.
He said a lot about this the sister that was a part of redeem member and bought property and everything. I just want to debunk so many things. First of all, you don't pay before you see Adeboye. If he has a proof, he can come out and probably give it to me. You understand? Or probably present it on this platform, not even give it to me. So we know that yes, this is what people do. Or if anybody has ever paid, do you understand me? You can probably
just say you said they don't pay to see Adeboye.
Yes, they don't pay to see Adeboye.
Please don't say what you don't know. That's not true.
I know. It's what I know.
You pay to see Adeboye. I can tell you there.
Do you know?
One second. Okay. Johnson, how many times have you met Adeboye?
I've met him several times.
How many times?
Several times. I don't have count to it.
No. Sitting down with him. How many times? Behind closed doors.
And how many times? Under what conditions did you meet him?
Under what condition? Yeah, probably. He comes to the headquarters. I attend the headquarters in Nigeria at TOG. So he comes there every fourth Sunday of every month.
I'm not when you're in redemption camp. How many times have you met him one to one?
If there's need, I've met him one to one like 4 or 5 times. One to one, yeah.
You and him had a meeting.
Yes. 4 or 5 times. Yeah, before I left Nigeria. Yes, I was part of the. Yes, I was part of the. As in the team who actually saw. He had meetings with. Yeah.
So he was.
And when I was having a particular challenge back home, then do you understand me? There's a what's it called? How to actually apply? Do you understand? Register to actually see him after each service on first Sunday of the month, which I actually did, and I was privileged to actually see him. That was a part of the 5 times I actually saw him. I saw him one to one like twice, and part of the people team that actually saw him like 3 times, all together making 5 times. Yeah. So I never paid any amount.
One to one.
Yeah, one to one.
How many times have you sat with him one to one?
Sat with him one to one twice. Yeah.
So you guys were talking about what?
you talk about basically it's something personal. I was having some issues, challenges then back in Nigeria, which actually led to probably some level of prayers and probably personal talk. Which actually
level of prayers. What level of prayers can
No, I can't. No, I can't be
can you please answer my question? No.
Yeah.
What level of prayers can Adeboye give you that you cannot give yourself?
Yeah, basically. You know what I would say to that?
Tell us what level of prayers.
Afro 80s, the father even said he was privileged.
Johnson, what level of prayers can Adeboye give that you cannot give yourself?
Okay, will you just allow me just talk?
Ask him how much donation he paid. Because maybe
I never paid any amount. I never paid anything.
No.
I know people that pay. Even here in the UK, people pay to see him one-on-one.
Hello, moderator. Can I quickly say something? This boss. Can I say something, please?
I'm listening to you.
Hello. Yeah, I've heard the young man speaking now compared to the one compared to the person who spoke before. You know, could he allow us to listen to the man speaking now? He has said.
Oliroti is not a man. Oliroti is a woman. Please.
Oh, sorry, the woman. Sorry, my bad. Now let's hear to make the platform very fair. It's a very good platform. I love it. Yeah. So just let him speak.
Powers, you can't come here and tell us how to run our platform.
I'm just making a proposal. I'm not telling you.
No, hold on, Johnson. And also, moderators and the host can interject if somebody is saying something wrong or incorrect, because we are not going to spread misinformation on this platform. So if somebody knows what is factual and what is true, and they're a moderator or the host, they will interject.
Okay. So which one would you prefer? Someone saying that.
One second.
Someone saying that.
Please, 1 second. Johnson, 1 second.
I'm listening. Okay.
Oliroti, would you, by any chance, come on this platform and spread misinformation?
No.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Because I've got my integrity and I know that what I'm saying is right. I won't just talk for the fun of talking.
And you can back up everything you're saying, right?
Yes.
Okay. So please do not invalidate other people's experiences. Do not invalidate other people's what they're claiming, unless you can prove otherwise. If you can prove otherwise, go ahead and do so. The man, your Daddy Adeboye has not become is worth over $65 million. You think it's yam and beans? You think he just sat there, the money came? Johnson, that money, some of it is your own. Boaz, some of that money is yours. All the monies that they've been giving him. Where do you all think he's getting the money from?
Well,
mathematician. Where do you think he's getting the money from?
If we're allowed to break it down, some of this money, and we're not saying all the money. If we are being sincere to ourselves, some of this money is honorarium. People give out of the fullness of their heart. And it's called charity, even in the general world, even in the business world. So honorarium just means a gift for the value the person is bringing to you, whoever the person is. Okay. And that gift,
so the gift of 1 billion.
Yes, you can give a gazillion. You can give a sexillion. You can give a sexillion, a gazillion. It's a choice. And nobody, even the government, the British government, can't even stop you on this one.
Oh, they can.
No, they can't.
You must explain where you got your money from. You
are digressing heavily. We said they can give. Now you are saying to prove where you got money from. That's different. Got money from is different. We are all educated people. Got the money from, two different things. Can't give is allowed. You can give a sexillion.
Sorry, where are you based in the UK? And have you heard of the financial FSA laws? Have you heard of that?
I've heard of. I've worked. I work in IT. I work in IT, and I've done one of the biggest. I've done one of the biggest projects.
Please, can you tap on your screen, please?
I've done one of the biggest projects.
Can you please hold on? Please hold on. Please hold on. Everyone, can you please tap on your screens? If you're watching on YouTube, can you please give the stream a thumbs up? And hello, everyone on YouTube. We are talking about the greatest liar that ever lived with a question mark. Is he the greatest liar? So far, so good. We've played several videos of his lies. He's growing back breasts. Someone had the operation where they, had a mastectomy. This man claims to handkerchief grew back the breast. He is heaven's gatekeeper. He knows who is going to heaven and who isn't. Only the people who are paying their tithe to his church are going to heaven. Full stop. Those were the words out of this man's mouth. So he is the gatekeeper, and heaven would be the association of Adeboye's church tithe payers. That's the only people you're going to find in heaven. Thirdly, God comes down to drink tea with this man. God, the God, the creator of the whole world, comes to drink tea with this person here. That and all the many lies that this man has told. So now this person is trying to tell us that the members of his church now give a gazillion to this fake person here. The point you get to where another human, right? You feel that you have to give another human that amount of money. That shows the level of your indoctrination. Whatever the man has done, you see that the frying of the brain that they go and fry every time you go to the events, when he cooks it and fries the brain, that means that he has fried it well done. They've turned the brain up, down on the cooking oil, right? They've made sure that the brain has been well cooked inside. When a grown adult would think that the answer is in this person here, this clown here. So, but please go on and tell us. Go on and tell us how people give a fake all their gazillions of amounts of money. We are listening.
Okay. So if we talk about money giving, I'm not in support of people giving money out of coercion or out of duress. Now, but if we talk about giving money out of your convenience, it comes from value, and value is personal. That's not a Christian word. That's actually an economic word. Value is personal. Whatever I place value on, I'll put whatever amount I want to put on it.
What value?
Now,
what value? What
yes.
value?
So,
what value?
Value in its word. If I decide to give you,
what value in which word?
If I give you, if I decide to give you £1,000 for spending 30 minutes with me solving a problem, nobody can question me for that.
Value in Adeboye. Hello.
Now, Adeboye, Pastor Adeboye, talking.
Boaz, please keep quiet. Well, let's give me a minute, please. So, value in Adeboye's word, guys. Hold on. This is what they are paying a gazillion amount of money. This is what they are paying for. This is what they're paying a gazillion amount of money for. Right.
And God now went on the bed as I was playing the acapella cassette. He asked me, where do I get the cassette? I said, I bought it. So,
my father in the Lord told me a story.
Gazillion.
When at the beginning of the ministry of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, when things were hard,
you guys will wake up one day.
God performed a special miracle. He told him they've just managed to get enough money to prepare a pot of soup. He told him, tell your wife, from today onward, let her begin to dish from the pot without looking inside.
Wait, hold on. Let me up the speed. Sorry, guys. I was talking about.
The Lord
listen.
Told me a story that where at the beginning of the ministry of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, when things were hard, God performed a special miracle for him. He told him, they've just managed to get enough money to prepare a pot of soup. He told him, tell your wife, from today onward, let her begin to dish from the pot without looking inside. So, Papa told Mama, today Mama will dish and it will be fish. Tomorrow she will dish, it will be chicken. Another time she will dish, it will be beef. For days on end. Until one day, blessed woman was overcome by curiosity. And she looked, and the pot was empty. I heard that testimony. It shook me. But I had an experience. I traveled to the east to go and preach when I was a lecturer at the University of Lagos. And I would travel at weekend to preach. I'll be back by Sunday night, so I can be back in the office by Monday morning. And I was returning. I got to Onisha. I wanted to refuel. There was no fuel there. Oh, I said, well, I'll get fuel in Asaba. I got to Asaba. No fuel. Well, definitely there'll be fuel in Benin. I mean, in Ore. There's a depot there. For Benin, no fuel. Ore, no fuel. By now, the gauge of my car was reading reserve. Almighty God, what am I going to do? And God spoke. And God will speak to somebody here today. I said, son, take your eyes off the gauge and drive up. Thank you, Lord. So I began to drive from Ore to Surulere. When I parked my car, then I looked at the gauge. And it read empty. In the name of the one who called me, in the name of the one who commissioned your bishop, from now, you will be experiencing miracles.
The pot of soup. The pot of soup. They cook chicken the first day. They dish it. The next day, they find fish inside. Ha! This Baba, this man,
Afro.
this man.
Afro, sorry to interrupt you. This Johnson that is here on the panel is busy typing in the comments, all you guys are devil sponsored, may you be delivered. Yet you are here with us in our vicinity. I will repeat what I wrote in the comments. Since we're devil worshippers, may he ride you tonight. May he fuck you deep and hard tonight. Since we're devil sponsored, if that doesn't happen, then you know that God doesn't exist, devil doesn't exist, heaven doesn't exist, hell doesn't exist. If that doesn't happen to you.
The other one, Boaz has run away. Look, he's run away.
Now, if that doesn't happen to you, Johnson, go write it down somewhere. If it doesn't happen to you tonight, know that your God doesn't exist. Neither does the devil, heaven, hell, angels, whatever nonsense you believe in.
You see, the fact that these guys can come on board and defend what Adeboye is saying. I mean, who in their sane mind or in their right mind would listen that somebody drove from Asaba or wherever he said he drove from to Surulere? I mean, who in his right sense with an empty tank? Who in his right sense?
It's the miracle before. The woman was cooking.
Yes, about the pot of soup.
God said, tell your wife not to look inside the pot. Eh? So this pot, she kept it on there. Today, she cooked chicken. Well, the first day she started, she cooked chicken.
My question is, was he warming
the
the
next
soup?
day, she put her
She was
spoon
just
inside.
cooking it like that.
And she's pulling out fish. She's pulling out
Afro-80s. Do you know the question? Sorry, do you know the question I have for this guy?
The day she decided to look in the pot, the food finished. This man is a magician.
Do you even know the question I have for this guy based on this soup pot and whatever he's saying? So they have all of this magic and miracle that they can do. Why is there so much hunger in the land in Nigeria? Because in redemption, let's even start from the redemption camp where they camp themselves. So are you saying that that is God?
Redemption prison.
Yes, exactly. That is God. So that is God cannot be feeding the poor people that are living in that place, because you just need to go to that camp to see poverty. This was the same people that during COVID, when during COVID, when people were hungry, they were busy sharing. They were sharing. What's the name? One mudu or whatever. What's it called now? No, I don't know. I don't know what they call it in English. You know, the bowl that they use in measuring rice.
Yeah, it's a measurement. It's a measurement cup.
That was what they were. They were giving people just few Maggi. I remember very well. So the God that was multiplying fish and multiplying chicken and whatever inside the soup, he couldn't give people anything.
But only Roti, think about it. In that hot sun in Nigeria, right? You leave your pot after day 1, day 2. You can't eat that food again. It's not possible. That food will spoil.
Yeah, but you know
everything will go bad in there.
Yeah, but you see the problem with Adeboye. Adeboye will tell this imaginary.
The grade of this man's lies is up there.
Adeboye will give this imaginary story. There is nobody. You can't identify who that person, who that whatever happened to. The same thing about the woman that grew breast. After her breast has been cut away. The same Adeboye, sorry to say, when his son died, the same handkerchief he was using to heal people, he couldn't heal his own biological child. And people still listen. I don't know how people listen to this guy and all the rest of them.
They couldn't question that. They couldn't question why he couldn't heal his son.
Just 1 second, guys. Everyone, can you please do me a favor and share this live? If you know any Nigerians, if you know any Daddy Jiho's children, please send it to them so that they can come and hear how their papa in the Lord has been scamming them. This guy sat there and said he needs people to come and give him 1 billion naira. This only, how many years ago was it? He said he wants somebody to come and give him 1 billion naira. And let me tell you the confidence with which I am saying what I'm saying. The confidence I'm using to say this is because the God that this man claims to be speaking on behalf of, there's no evidence for that God. That God, there is no evidence. You cannot produce Adeboye's God at all. That God, tell Adeboye to produce that God. The next time he tells you, my daddy said, let him bring the God. Mokusian. If he cannot produce the God, all these years, the man has lied. And he's an Oli Barao, this one. So, please, guys, please do tap. Can you guys do me a favor and share at least some coins, please? Some little coins. It helps to boost the live. Let's get some more people in here. Send some coins to the panel members, right? My moderators, PayPal and Godless. Please, can you guys send them some coins? I beg of you, please, at least, so that we can have this conversation, boosted in the, what they call it, the algorithm, and give, tap. We're still at 28K. If Daddy Adeboye calls you now and say, come and give me taps, and give likes, you see there'll be 1 million taps. Huh? 1 million taps for Adeboye. You won't even need to say anything. This guy anoints chairs, plastic chairs. You see him in the chair and telling the people to come. The followers will come and put their hand on the chair and be praying. He laid his hand on the chair. They'll arrange the chairs like this, right? Put them in the front. So he will go around. You see him, he's putting little oil on the chair. And then they'll now start queuing like sheep to the slaughter. You see them queuing to come and touch on the chair. And they're given time to touch the chair and pray. This man has told them to pray to a magic wand. This guy has damaged Nigeria. This guy has damaged Nigeria. Sorry, God, let's go on. God, let's.
I said, and his suit is tacky as hell.
Oh, Reggie, his suit stopped here. His suit stopped. The outer stops on his shoulder. He never wears suits that go all the way to the arm. No.
It's too bright. It's like it's a Easter suit or something.
Easter. Vessel, you were going to say something.
That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Bye.
Beige. Okay. Well, when you were talking about
one second. Please, Beige, hold on. Vessel?
We've got keyboard warriors in the comments, but yet they're too chicken to come up and have a discussion. Soon they're going to chop off your heads and cook you in a big pot of soup.
There are no dope people. They're inside. One in Adeboye.
Jordan, ain't nobody forcing you to. You came here
alone.
You
don't need to announce your departure, right? You came into our space. No one invited you here. If you don't want to be here, quietly exit. Stop seeking attention.
Those are the people going to heaven. Okay, I am Baish. How do you pronounce your name? You said I'm Baish?
I am Beige, actually.
Beige.
Yeah.
Hello, sorry.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Well, when you were talking about the miracle you actually played earlier about the pot of soup, the question is, who actually takes you out of a pot without looking inside of it? Let's be honest with ourselves.
It's Adeboye's followers. Adeboye's followers
so
they don't look inside.
A lot of people, I don't know, all these things are common sense, really, but a lot of people don't tend to know the right from wrong, and that is what is killing a lot of Nigerians, really, because they just believe what anybody, as long as they see the person as a spiritual leader or a spiritual head, they just kind of listen to them straight away. They don't even use their normal common sense. They just believe, and obviously all this lies has been, because there was a time I used to go to the church myself, but it got to a point. What really pissed me off was the fact that every moment they're always asking for money, and I was like, how can it be money all the time? So that was the first thing that actually got me like thinking, like, okay, this shouldn't be okay. You have to pay this, you have to pay that, and everything like that. So yeah, well, it was so funny when people would believe, like, okay, if anybody wants to cook and you want to take stew out of a pot, you would definitely look into it to know what you want to get out of it. So the woman has been looking inside of the pot, but it was, so the story doesn't really tally. That's just what I wanted to say.
Were you a member? You were a member of the church?
Oh no, that was ages ago. Like I'm talking about like 15 years ago.
That question was she warming the soup? Because
exactly,
if you warm
that's
the soup,
the thing. Of course, you're gonna warm it. You're gonna put water. You're gonna do everything with it.
Fish, you put water. You know if it was fish or meat, because the aroma will come out, right? So the story is just like it's just some bullshit. And the people shouting, saying hallelujah, shouting there. It's just, that's the most annoying part. It's one thing for someone to lie to you. It's another thing for you to just gobble it up, like because Adeboye said this. If someone else said that same exact story, the way the same Christians coming here to defend nonsense will rubbish that person. But because Adeboye said it has to be true. Oh, this man cannot lie. He's too close to God to lie.
You know something, eh? Nobody can challenge this man. Nobody. There is no one in that church that can challenge him. Because how they have, thank you so much. The level that this man, right, how they've placed him, there's no way anyone can say, Baba, stop. The one person that even attempted, some people attempted to challenge him, attempted to say, please, let me, you see, when I come with receipts, hold on. The people that attempted to challenge him, give me a minute. Give me a minute. You hear him. Wait, is it this one? A year ago. Is that the one? I think it's this one. Give me a second.
I'm a small boy. And if I'm a small boy now, you can imagine how small I was 40 years ago.
No, this is not the one.
You want the story? About 40 years ago, the same Holy Moses of blessed memory invited me to Ijebu for a Thanksgiving service.
No, this is not it. Hold on. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, found it.
At the time,
Okay, this is it.
I told you that at a time, 4 of the real billionaires in Nigeria were in this family.
4 of the real billionaires in Nigeria, right? Okay, 4 of the real billionaires.
And pride came.
Wait, hold on. I don't know. I think I touched something. Sorry.
I told you that at a time, 4 of the real billionaires in Nigeria were in this family. And pride came. Because they were, the tithe that was coming to the main church through this family was hefty. By that definition, of the time. Not of a sudden, a handful of the big men, not the ones I mentioned, wrote to me and said, every month you must give to us an account of how you are spending our tithes. I said, okay. What they're asking for is all right. They're simply asking for transparency, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I said, however, I have gone through the Bible. I have not found a place where God spoke to Moses and said, every month you must give an account of the tithe of the children of Israel to them. So I said, all right, I will do 2 things. Number 1, I will prepare a detailed account of how your money is spent, including if we buy a bottle of Coke for first-timers. I will put it in a file. And every month, when you people come for the Holy Ghost service, that file will be on the table. I won't give it to you. I will put it on the table. Anyone who wants to see can go and read. But make sure you wait till I have left the room. Because I know everything that we are doing on earth is being recorded in heaven. I don't want my God to say, you are the one who handed it to them, and you were there when they were reading. And I did that. Number 2, I told the treasurer, from now on, any tithe that comes from this family, don't add it to the rest. Put it aside. Let me find out if the God who sent me can run his church without these people's contribution. I'm talking to you now like father and special children. Nobody had ever had this one from me before. So for 2 years, how many years? 2 solid years. Every kobo that came from this family was kept in a separate account. Let me just find out if God is bigger than the biggest, richer than the richest. It was when Ababa came. So you can check all these stories, the people involved in our life. Professor Ababa came from Ibadan. I sent him here. When I say here, we were only one branch then, just the family. And then, after he's been in the church for some months, he came to me. He said, the people are complaining. The people you asked me to go and join, they are complaining. What's the complaint? They said things are not going well. And they have found out that they offended me. That's why contracts were being cancelled, all manners of things were happening. I said, I'm not quarreling you. And God knew. I wasn't quarreling. I just ignored. I pray in the name that's above every other name, what you will do that will cause God to ignore you, you will never do it. If you have done it, may the Almighty God forgive you. Anyway, he then said, when you knew this was a problem, why did you send it? Why did you send me there? I said, I didn't know anything was happening. I was just trying to prove how gracious God can be to me. Then we reconciled. It wasn't everybody that offended. It was a handful. People who thought that they are cleverer than God. And they brought problem to everybody. It will interest you to know that every one of those involved in that little group, they're no longer in the church. And they are not where they ought to be. Let me just put it like that.
Guys, you hear that? The people were asking for accountability. How are you spending the money? You see his ego. He said, okay, I'll do 2 things. Everything to the last bottle of water that we spend, we will put it, but we will not give it to you directly. We'll leave it on the table there. When you come, you can go and read it. The second thing is, what was the second thing? I've even forgotten what the second thing was. Now he's trying to tell the people that those people, their wealth has disappeared because they asked for accountability. So nobody can challenge this man. Nobody. They don't born you well. So you ask, sir, what did you, And these were, he said, 4 billionaires in Nigeria. If those ones could not challenge him, who the fuck do you think you are? Go and challenge this clown.
Afro, people just go to this church to hear stories, to hear fairy tales, the same fairy tales that are in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
They don't hear no preaching, nothing. It's just one old man talking BS on a stage. And the people say, yeah, seriously? What's wrong with Africans? And he's indirectly threatening those people, indirectly.
He's trying to, you see, all these are coded to try and tell people that are complaining that, look, you better shut your mouth. Shut your mouth before calamity happens to you. When are people going to wake up? This man prayed to his God, and God answered him through a thunderstorm. Or what was it he said? Wait, let me see if I can find that video. What was it? It was an earthquake. Earthquake. I say I come with receipts. Here we go.
Some of you have had it before. I've been general myself. I've gone to South Korea. I've met Young Bicho. I had prayed my heart out. The church was not doing too badly. But it wasn't anything like what I wanted. I had moved to this camp so I can pray in the night like I wanted. Because when we first came to this campground, the only people who could be disturbed would be antelopes and serpents. If I begin to roar in the night, anybody who will say, where are you? Shout, I will say, what are you doing here yourself? And I remember that night, as if it happened only yesterday, was walking in the camp. The camp was much smaller than the main road. There was the holiness road. And I cried to God. I became desperate. I said to God, Lord, I told you when I was born again, I don't want to be an ordinary Christian. I told you when I became a pastor, when you forced me to become a pastor, that I don't want to be an ordinary pastor. Remember those three prayers. Does not respect protocol. And now you made me a general overseer, contrary to all my plans. And I told you I don't want to be an ordinary general overseer. I don't want it. So God, I hope you are listening. Let's settle this matter once and for all. It's either you empower me or you take me home. Desperate prayers. And suddenly, there was an earthquake. Those who are old enough will remember. Probably the only earthquake that ever happened in Ogun State. That pictures hung on the wall in Adeboye, Shagamu were dropping off. They didn't know the source of the earthquake. It was here, on this camera. I can still show you the spot where I was standing. I knew then they had had me. I knew then the answer has come. I am believing God for someone here today with a very special earthquake for you and you alone. It's going to occur as you pray.
I am believing God for you that a very special earthquake is going to occur for you as you pray. And you hear them shouting, these people want earth. These guys are deadly. The man said his God answered him through an earthquake. And that's the only earthquake that has been in Ogun State. I went looking, and I don't know if anyone can help me. Please. The earthquake that happened in Ogun State, were there any casualties? It's been a really long time ago. We're talking maybe about 30 years ago, maybe. But was there any casualties? I looked and I didn't really see anything. Because if there were any casualties in that earthquake, then this man and his God have a lot to answer for. When your God decides to answer your prayers by visiting earthquakes on the rest of us, we didn't ask for your prayers. We didn't ask for your God to do anything for us. But now your God is answering you through earthquakes. Guys, what do you guys... And oh, did you guys hear him when he said God forced him to be a preacher? Did you hear that? Did any of you hear the bit where he said God forced him to be a preacher?
Yeah, and God also forced him to wear that loud ass suit too.
Oh, Reggie, you've not seen some of his suits. You only seen just, oh, you should see. Anyway, we will do a stream on YouTube, and then you can see his clothes, the kind of clothes he wears. He's always suited up, really, for the most part, but his suits stop on the what do you call this? Elbow. Mm-hmm. If you are if you don't stay in the comments now, come up. If you don't need to stay in the comments, come up. If you want to listen, guys, okay, if you want to add to the conversation, please come up and add to the conversation, right? Since we don't have any opposition, but I get it. You guys have been there for years inside the inners of Adeboye, but your day of freedom has come, and you don't need any earthquakes to answer that prayer. Unlike this man visiting earthquakes. So please, I need someone to do me a favor, or just anybody. If you can find that earthquake that happened in Ogun State many years, he said that's the only one that has happened in Ogun State. Were there any casualties? Because if there were casualties, we know where to go. And this is something that we all need to highlight. You see what Very Dark Man is doing in Nigeria now? Very Dark Man needs to start with this guy. In fact, we don't have to wait for Very Dark Man, because Very Dark Man has his own issues. Very Dark Man is one of the biggest bigots in Nigeria. And I'm going to do a stream on Very Dark Man. He's doing a good job, but I can't forget, he is a bigot, does not like gay people. He wants all gay people punished. He wants all LGBTQ people put in jail as per the law in Nigeria. He's clamoring. He was there sitting there saying, Nigerian government, you want them to come and spoil our children. You people have put the law. He was going to raise a petition against the Nigerian government for the bill. This was when it was, what's the name of that cross-dresser now? Bobrisky. Oh, his disdain for the LGBTQ was terrible. This TikToker, what they call her, area mama of Abuja, just died recently. You should hear some of the words coming out of Very Dark Man's mouth. And then Very Dark Man is a hypocrite. There's videos of him saying that when he was, years ago, when he didn't have money, when he was looking for money, he has done a fella show or two when he needed money. But yet you hate gay people. Don't worry, I'm coming.
So I went to the site. Okay, sorry.
No, go on.
Site to check earthquakes that are around Ogun State. So the site is earthquaketracker.com, something like that. And I didn't find any earthquake, but I can post the picture though. I saw the earthquake that happened recently.
Can you put your picture? Can you put the picture?
Yes,
on?
let me put the picture on. So this man lies about everything. Like I even thought there was because I never heard of an earthquake happening. This man lies about everything.
I've been listening to his lies for years. This guy, and I used to go to the church and I used to sit under some of these things. And back then, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it is like, guys, I don't know. What do you call that? It's like when
I'll put it up now. So the last earthquake that happened was in 85 years ago. That was in Ghana. Then there was no earthquake. Like I checked the last earthquake, that is Ghana. Then after that, we had in Benin. Then we had in Edo State. Then in Ghana. But there's no one close to Abeokuta there. So I don't know what earthquake this man is talking about. I don't know the earthquake he's talking about. The man is just a liar. Just a liar.
I saw something.
Actually, I was just doing something right as well. I think there was one in 1984, 28th of July, 1984.
Right. Hold on.
Yeah.
What day?
Let me check that out.
Hold on. So you said it is earthquake. What day?
28th of July, 1984.
In Abeokuta. Okay, let's check.
In Abeokuta, yeah.
July.
In Ijebode, actually, Ijebode.
19 what year? 19?
1984.
1984. Okay, on the 28th of July, 1984, yeah. About 12 hours, an earthquake with an epicentral intensity of about V1.
V1.
Occurred in the southwestern part of. So, what happened?
That was just it. That is more of like a.
Yeah, it says here this event was recorded at the Lamto Seismic Observatory in Ivory Coast, and its epicenter was located at around Ijebode. Adeboye, because earthquake.
Because he said most of the earthquake have been attributed to Nigeria's increasing activities in oil drilling, mining, and water bowl exploration.
Sandra, yes, absolutely. It's hypnotism. When you sit there and you don't get it. You just don't get it.
Because I went to like Wikipedia to check list of earthquakes around the world. I couldn't find one for Nigeria.
But when you type,
I'm on the page now.
When you type,
you can see. I saw that. I saw what it said, but I didn't see it from like for this website now. I couldn't.
Hey, Juad. Hello. That's a sweet boy. Hello, Juad. So yes, guys, when your preacher starts telling you to pray, the guys, this is the thing that I don't get. When he starts telling people, "Oh, your God will answer you with the earthquake," how do people say amen to that? How do you say amen to a prayer like that? They're so insensitive.
The thing about this man is that like this last story he told, you never see anybody to confirm the story from. Like there's no confirmation. He just said some billionaires. What are the names of the billionaires? Who were the billionaires? And now they are poor because they asked you for accountability. It's just maybe some people in church came to him and said, "Oh, we want to know what you are doing with our tithes." Then he formulated a story to scare them or something.
Yes.
That's what. There was no billionaire. There was no billionaire. So a billionaire will be poor because Adeboye says so. No.
Reggie, you're way too quiet. You're hearing about earthquakes and all these things. Where did you go?
I'm here. I'm just waiting for Op to come up here.
Okay.
Wait, no, I want the person that's in the comments, Ann Blessed, to come up here because she's been talking all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just all kind of crazy stuff. You're not going to heaven. Your God is not worried about you. He's too concerned with virgin boys and their foreskins. I know you ain't going to heaven because you had smacks out of wedlock, so you deserve to get stoned. So you might as well come on up to this panel and let me and Vessel take turns making you look crazy. Instead of you sitting there talking all that smack, hooker.
Batteries dying on the phone. Need to charge this. Okay, so we are going to be taking it in turns. For those of you today, you're not concerned because we're not talking about Jerry Eze today. Today is not Jerry Eze. So all the Jerry Eze followers today, they're resting, they're breathing today. For the last 2 days, they've not been able to breathe. They've not been able to breathe. Tomorrow, you Oyakilome followers will be here. The next day, the person that is my specialty, my area of specialty, the one that is the focus, is Suleiman. You see Suleiman? That's Suleiman. Oh man, that is going to be a beautiful stream. That one will be wonderful. Hey, Sai.
Hey, Afro. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing okay. I see that there's less of heat for this pastor than Jerry, as you're saying, because yesterday and the day before, quite a few people, yeah.
No, he has his followers. He does. He has his people. They
don't have electricity or Wi-Fi to come up.
At least they don't have to be stressed out because the way you stress them out, Vessel, I think they're lucky they've dodged a bullet.
When you're the second poorest country in the world, you can't even afford to be Christian.
Hey, Stephanie. Hello. Hey, Stephanie. Good to see you. So we don't have any followers or supporters of Adeboye. If that's the case, then I'm going to start playing all his lies. Yeah, they're strong in their worship, but coward when it comes to defending it. It's terrible. It is terrible. And if this guy, this one, is proven to be a liar, I can guarantee this. This is sure banker. It's go and put a stamp on it. You can put my name if you want. Put my name on it. If this guy is a liar, every single one of them, Oyakilome, Adeboye, and this also extends to all the other preachers in the world. Because if the God that they are speaking on behalf of, we can't prove there's nowhere you can prove that God, then Adeboye is a thief, a liar, and a scammer. And whether he's 82 or 83 years old, he is a scammer. He is a thief. And he has made himself wealthy, not just himself. The generations, this man has put together enough money so that 4 generations will never be poor. 4 generations of this man will never be poor. So when you start defending this guy and you don't know where your next meal is going to come from, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know. So give me a minute. Let me play just one of these Adeboye's lies. The lies of Adeboye.
You will remember, those of you who know the details, Nigeria was living under a siege at a particular time. There was a reign of terror by a military president. And then he wanted to transform to a civilian president. And then his herbalist told him, this your plan cannot come to pass because of a certain man who is praying at a place called camp. Unless you remove that man, your plan won't work. And so information came to me, sir.
Wait, guys. He's talking about Abacha. They went and told Abacha that Abacha's plans will not work because there is a man praying in the redemption camp. Rainmaker, I am Bayish. Have you guys heard this shit before?
Not at all. This is the first time I'm hearing this actually.
Yes, I heard it.
Yes, I remember Jim Jones.
Man's a clown.
Wait, hold on. Let me speed him up because he talks too slow for my liking. So I can't be here all day listening to.
You will remember, those of you who know the details. Nigeria was living under a siege at a particular time. There was a reign of terror by a military president. And then he wanted to transform to a civilian president. And then his herbalist told him, this your plan cannot come to pass because of a certain man who is praying at a place called camp. Unless you remove that man, your plan won't work. And so information came to me, sir, they're coming for you. And in those days, when they come for you, that's the end of the story. As an ordinary human being, when I heard that, I was troubled. I didn't tell my wife, but I got out. I said, I'm going for my prayer walk. But it wasn't an ordinary prayer walk that day. I've just been praising God for a while before I prayed. When God spoke to me, I said, hey, son, don't worry yourself. I will take care of the situation. I prophesy to somebody here today. Every force ganging up against you shall be scattered. It was a Tuesday of the week of the Holy Ghost service. And Daddy said to me, son, as soon as your children gather, ask each one to greet his fellow and say, Happy New Year. In June, I came because I know his voice. He's my commander-in-chief. I announced it to the people, crazy as it may sound. I said, go ahead, greet one another and say Happy New Year. They didn't query me, they just greeted. And the following Monday, we knew why we were celebrating. Can you shake hands with one or two people and say Happy New Year?
Do you understand what this guy just said there? Do you guys understand what this man has just said? It was him. Because him and his God that caused
It was him the
unaliving
other
of Abacha.
Yeah.
Ha! Adeboye. Ah, man. Why is this man such a liar like this?
That man should be arrested for unaliving Abacha.
Now you have a point. You have a point. For those of you who will not know Abacha, I may not know the full details, but Abacha was he was a terror to Nigeria. He was an army. I think he was a coup. How did he get in? I don't remember the details, but he was at the top, and everybody wanted him gone. Everyone. But the man says he's not going anywhere. You've got me to contend with, Nigeria. And he ruled with an iron fist. He was an army dictator, Abacha. And listen, that guy he meant business. So people were wondering how. I think some people tried to do a coup, Dia them. I think it was Dia. They tried to, a coup to try and get him off, but no, the coup failed, unfortunately. And then all of a sudden, everybody woke up one morning. They said Abacha was dead. What? What happened? They said the stories were flying everywhere. And there are lots of stories. And I don't know who said he ate an apple and he died. Some said he was on top of a woman and he died. Some said he was all sorts of things. But yeah, he just from nowhere just died. So Adeboye is trying to take credit for Abacha's death. Hey, Adeboye, holy. How can an old man be lying like this? Aliko. How can an old man be lying like this? Agbalagba is lying like Abacha was a tyrant, though. Aliko, how are you?
How can Agbalagba be like? Oh my God,
he is a liar. Adeboye is a liar.
Listen,
Liar
listen.
101.
No. I don't know. Where do we start from? Is it the father or the kids, or is it the fat asshole? I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry.
Mind language.
Sorry.
You mean Leke, his son?
Yes.
That nitwit. You mean come poop?
Dimback. Dimbat. Okay. And then why do these people feel that they can say things and expect people not to wake up in this generation to understand that things are changing? People are changing. The world is changing. And they shouldn't think that everything they say is believed and recognized. Yeah. There is one thing I sit down and think about is Pastor. Let me respect him. Pastor Adeboye comes out and he says testimonies, and then he says, "Oh, I prayed for this person. Oh, this person came out to say this, and this is what happened." And I'm like, is this the truth, or is he cooking up stories for people to be indoctrinated, for people to think that his powers are true? No, listen, it's sad. I'm trying to believe in this God. I'm trying to believe in the reality. But hearing these pastors, especially Adeboye, discourages me. Did I hide it? No. Encourages me because...
And just, guys, for those of you who don't know, that's my sister. That's my sister. And she believes in God.
Yes, I do. But I said, people like these discourage me from believing in God, because when you say you have testimony, when you hello, somebody says, I live in the UK. Somebody says, I came to the UK and I prayed to God to make the weather change. And then, stop. Please, don't. Please, listen, I'm not in a good mood. So I pray to God and I ask God to change the weather. Weather that I am praying for to change. I have an electric blanket where I put my electric on to keep me warm. And then somebody says, oh, I pray to God to change the weather to make it warm. And everybody was wearing sweaters, jackets, jumpers, and hello, who are you deceiving? Yourself. Okay. And then the son comes out and says, you need to pay your first fruit. What's that called?
First fruit, yes. First fruit. I've already talked about the first fruit.
Imagine.
First fruit. This man, every year, collects first fruit.
Oh,
and
my
first
God.
fruit is everything
No, please, I'm sorry to cut you. Afro-atheists. Where does that money go to, please? Does it go to Jesus? Please help me out here. First fruits. Where does it go?
Do you know Jesus's bank account? Do you know Jesus's bank details?
Jesus, please, I'm sorry, Jesus, help me. Really?
Yeah, good bank details, yes.
Wow.
So bank details, yeah. No, Jesus bank.
So people pay. Listen, in the Africa where he's living, yeah, people have to pay children's school fees, pay house rents, pay electricity where they will cut at any time that they even hardly have. Oh my God. Okay. And then pay for what are the other petrol that they scarcely have. Where's the English, help me. Okay. And then people are suffering in Africa. These were one of the things I saw. That's why I relocated, to give my kids a better life. So when they pay first tithings, first offering every month, and then they still cannot afford to pay these other bills they have. Who should they cry? But no, I think they should come to the Afro-atheists. She will give them the money to pay for their bills. Yeah? What do you think? They need to come to the Afro-atheists. Yeah, I probably need to open a platform and recommend the Afro-atheists, who is maybe what humanitarian, somebody with conscience, somebody who does not believe in all these doctrines, and then they probably need to come to you so you can help them. Please help them, because these people are making so much money. Yet, what's the other idiot called? Sorry. Did I call him idiot?
Yes.
The one that opened the school.
You can call them idiots. Yes. Which one is that?
The one that opened the school that their own members cannot afford.
Oyedepo.
Oh, Jesus, please, Lord, have mercy. Oyedepo. He comes online and speaks with all shoulders up. What an idiot. I'm sorry. With all shoulders up, and then your members cannot afford to pay for even the school you've opened with their money. Their TH. Oh my God. Do you want me to English, Joe? Using their tithes and offering, and then they pay all this money, and then you cannot make them afford the school. You are barbaric. Oyedepo, if you're listening to me, you are a fool. You are wicked.
Relax.
Okay.
For 1 second, I want to play something for people to listen to.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Our father, Baba Adeboye, has this testimony of how God expanded a narrow bridge for his sake. Let's listen to this.
Some of you will remember.
1 second. So God expanded a narrow bridge for this man's sake. Vessel, are you still there, or you're gone to bed? Godless, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, you're there. Rainmaker, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I am Beige. Are you there? Okay, just be listening. God expanded a narrow bridge for Adeboye.
Our father, Baba Adeboye, has
Susan,
this testimony of how God expanded a narrow bridge for his sake. Let's listen to this.
Some of you will remember my testimony, which was shared with you by my driver of those days. One day we were going to Ilorin. That was several years ago, I think 1981. And in those days, there was this very narrow bridge between Ogbomoso and Ilorin. Anyway, somewhere along the road, so narrow that only one vehicle at a time will pass. So if you get there and you find another vehicle coming from the other side, you stop. Because if the bridge was so narrow, it cannot take two vehicles at the same time. And we were already on the bridge. I mean, the bridge was over a very deep river. And then a trailer was coming from Ilorin. Whether the driver didn't see us or his brake failed, I never found out. But he just kept on coming. And we had a choice. Either die by head-on collision or go into the river and drown. The river was deep. There was no time to, we couldn't even think of anything. Both my driver and I shouted, Jesus. When you're in real trouble, you don't call the name gently. Somehow, we met at the middle of the bridge and we passed. And the trailer had taken every bit of the bridge, and yet we passed. How? I don't know. When we got to the other side of the bridge, we were so badly shaken. My driver parked. They didn't ask him to park, he couldn't continue driving. He parked, and he was shaking like a banana leaf.
Praise the Lord. Honestly, I see a man that is so grateful to his God for keeping him all through this wild war until...
Aliko.
I'm with you.
God is in the business of opening bridges for people.
Wow. So the bridge expanded. Yeah.
But the same God cannot expand this man's bank account, so he wouldn't need to beg people for money. If only God will at least expand his money, so that he would not need to collect tithe, offering, and all the.
Oh wow! No, no, I don't even know where to start from, because if what's the son's name? Adeleke, Leke can be so bold to come online and speak without considering.
Thank you. Shalasan, thank you.
Without considering or thinking about some of these things that the father is saying. That means there is a problem. So Pastor Enoch Adeboye, probably should I relate it with his age? Because age comes with a lot of things. Maybe ignorance. Forget about the fact that he is educated. He is educated, but I can't relate with.
No. Go on.
Okay, I can't relate with many things he says, and that's because. All right. So I can't relate with many things he says, and that's because I feel probably age. But when I look at his son, Leke, I feel what a stupid human being. Grow up, educate yourself, do some research. Leave what you think about what your father says and educate yourself. Leke, if you can hear this, hear this right now and be aware that there are many stories your father cooks up that don't make sense. They are not reality. Yeah? There is one he mentioned about finding himself. You can pray and find yourself somewhere. You don't need flight. You don't.
Let me see if I can find it. Guys, do you know this man? God. prayed in his church, telling his members that
yes,
a time will come. If they need to travel from Nigeria to the US, they will not need to fly on a plane. That they will magically find themselves.
Operators, I'm waiting for you.
They will magically find themselves. They will teleport. Me, I can't wait. You know what? I need to teleport somewhere very quickly. I need to teleport. I think I need to go to this church on Sunday. Maybe, what God cannot do does not exist. These people have come. Today, I'm not talking about your daddy in the Lord. I'm not talking about Jerry Eze.
Please, you're trying to combat me. You're killing me. You are killing me.
No, I'm not talking about what God cannot do does not exist. But they are here coming to tell me what God cannot do does not exist. We're not talking about that Jerry Eze today. Huh? Or okay, maybe I will shut this one down and we start again and do Jerry Eze, since they really love that Jerry Eze guy.
Which one is Jerry Eze?
The one that he was in London recently. He's always online praying.
Oh, I saw that one. I saw that one. Yes, I saw it. And then there was healing. Somebody talking about healing. Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus, God, I'm sorry on their behalf.
Why are you begging God? You're sorry. Why are you begging God? Because you believe in God.
Because these people, they think they can play on people's minds, and they play on people's minds, and they feel that, you know what, we can get away with what we're doing, and think that there are stupid people listening to them. They don't know that they have people who are listening to them who have matured minds, like minds, and minds who oh my God.
Hold on. Let me play this. Okay.
All right, darling.
You won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. And then you'll be living in London. The time is coming when you won't need a car to travel. My people, you won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. And then you'll be living in London. The time is coming when you won't need.
A time is coming when you will not need a plane to travel. You just need to think it in your heart and say to God, God, I'm in Nigeria and I want to go to London. And you will find, hey, Kenyo, and you will find yourself in London. And guys, if you think this is like an old video, this is one of his recent prayers. And these Mumu people, so you heard all of them, the Mumu people, how they Reggie. Reggie, you might want to go to that church. Maybe you can get a ticket to come to the UK.
Maybe. I'm definitely down.
Can you imagine? I mean,
as long as the Holy Ghost in front of me, I think I'll be all right.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear that.
I said, as long as no one catches the Holy Ghost in front of me, I think I'll be okay.
Not sure I understand that.
Because I'm going to be laughing.
Davey, when I tell you this man, he lies for a living. He lies for a living.
Welcome to God's own TV. One of God said this during the makes them fools, the people of the world. It spent hundreds of thousands. You are special, but Prince.
Sorry,
Who do not see it as
I
a
thought it's going to play. And he's a misogynist as well. Today I'm not talking about Adeboye's views on women. Adeboye's views on women is not good. He, of course, believes in this whole doctrine of men at the head and women at the bottom.
Can you please share that, please?
If you want to marry a wife,
wow,
if she cannot pray for 1 hour, if she cannot pray for 1 hour straight, so set on the timer and she prays for 1 hour straight, do not marry her. She's not wife material.
Oh wow.
This isn't like jokes. This is
I think I've heard that. Oh my God. It's not a joke.
Big officer of government years ago said that he was going to pull down the camp. I said, this is not my building. You can't pull down what God is building. So we will cancel your certificate of occupancy. I said, my father will cancel your certificate of occupancy on the earth. Somebody is bigger than somebody. Anybody.
Government official says, I will cancel your occupancy, your certificate of occupancy. He says, my father will cancel your certificate of occupancy on the earth. Adeboye just prayed a prayer of, do you understand that?
Murder.
Yeah. If this guy had the power to unalive people, he will. That's if he hasn't done it. Because it looks like anyone who challenges him, this is a cult. Telepathy is only useful if you're able to move into other SSV. Gerard, you want to move under my feet. It is a threat, Shola. It is a threat. And that's what this man sits there and that's what he does every single time. One time he was preaching the one world doctrine. I don't know where he is right now with the one world doctrine. So he was trying to preach that. Wait, let me see. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Yes. Then I said something casually on the issue of control. I said some of you will say, are you trying to control us now? You used to be very gentle and liberal. Easy going. I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will begin to control. And I give you illustrations that you don't come to my house to tell my children to go and brush their teeth because they are not your concern. That you send your children to bed by 8 p.m. even though they want to watch television because they are your concern. They are important to you. You want their future to be all right. And I ask you how many of you grumbled when your parents were controlling you when you were young and you always your hands. At least many of you did. And so how many of you are happy now that they did what they did? You all shouted for joy. I don't complain when I see women in other ministries dressed in a way that revealed half of their breasts. It's none of my business. If they want to go to bed, they are free to. I don't complain how people in other ministries conduct their affairs. They are not my business. You are my business. I say you are my business. And whatever is going to come, I'm going to take you to heaven with me. When I was younger, and my mother was very strict on me, very strict. Others are playing football. He says, sit down here. Take your book, read. My colleagues are going fishing. They say, you can't go with them. Mama, can't you see this fellow Joe? Can't you see this one, John? And she will say to me, my duty is not to see Joe. My duty is not to see John. Now she can pronounce it up very well. So she will call it Yoruba. She says, my duty is to see you. Hello, everyone, I need he say Joe, he say John. Even what they ask me to look at, my responsibility. I will look at you. As the meaning of overseer, by the grace of God, I will look at you. Look at Enoch today. Because the mother look at him. Many of the people that I said, hey, you look at this one, look at that one. Many of them are dead now. Some of them died during the Civil War. Some of them were not as rascally as myself. They died. But she looked at me. She did. Oh, Daddy, how can you be saying this? You are supposed to be the father of all Christians. Really? Every day, I is the son of our. But when the night falls, our knows somebody will come presume to sleep. You are my concern. I will share a secret with you. When you get to read John chapter 17, read the story there. Hear the prayer of the Lord Jesus Christ. He said, Father, I pray not for the world, but I pray for those who are giving me. What is the meaning of that? The day God revealed that to me, I shook. God is answering to God the Father. Daddy, the whole world is your concern. John 3:16. For God so loved the world. He said, hey, the world is your concern. That's your own concern. But my own concern is those who have given me. Period. Do you understand that? If we put it in modern language.
This is his meeting with his workers, right? Trying to tell them that, look, I'm not in charge of all the other Christians there. I'm in charge of you people, and I intend to control you people. And I intend to make you all make it to heaven. So you have to look at me and live by my rules. Live by the rules here. If you're not wanting to do that, you're not going to go to heaven. This is my way of making you guys go to heaven. The man is dangerous and deadly. This guy, it is terrible. Wait, one last video, and we can go. One last one, because this man.
Then 2 years ago, and the children have come. Same last year, trusting God for the fruit of the womb, and the children have come. Bring them now. Then 2 years ago, you were only pregnant when you came last year, but the children are here now. Bring them also. I just want you to think of it. Look at the various homes where there used to be sorrow every month, and now there is joy. And they are still coming. They're still coming from my right. They're still coming from my left. Thousands upon thousands of new children from homes where they said that the parents were married. Now, this is not a miracle you can manipulate. This is God. Will somebody please help me shout hallelujah to the Most High God? So if you are trusting God for the fruit of the womb, just go ahead and claim how many of them you want for yourself. If you believe that,
Adeboye, Your own God is giving you powers to give people babies. The other parts of the world that don't have God, all the man and woman need to do is just come together and the babies come. I don't understand this. How are people going to Adeboye to look for babies? Huh? How are you going to meet this man to give you babies? He said he can only be God. Only be God that is giving people babies. Some people don't have to do anything at all, and they get the babies. Man, this guy, he is something else. He is something else. We don't have any opposition, so maybe we should. Hold on.
I've told you the story before. Just few of you will probably remember, because an old one. When I became general overseer some 40 years ago, I was a young man in the church, a tailor. He came to me and said, "Daddy, I am a poor tailor. I would love to dress you up, but I don't have the money to buy the clothes. You buy me the dress, the material, and I will sew for free." I said to him, "My son, because you've chosen to do this, a day will come when you take your money to the bank, the manager will send for you and say, 'What job do you say you do?'" He said, "Amen." But of course, you know that kind of amen. And then the day came. One way or the other, somebody saw how good he was. And Nigeria was going to the Olympics or something. And they gave him the contract to sew for everybody going. When they paid him, and they paid him in cash, and he took the money to his bank, the manager sent for him. I said, "What job do you say you do?" "In the name of the God that I serve, a day will come that when you threaten a bank that you want to withdraw your money, they will beg you."
They will beg you not to to withdraw your money from the bank. Aliko, what are you asking? They said the story of water in the US. Which one is that one? Story of water in the US. Which one? Suspended.
It's listed. It's listed on the so I think is the last one listed on the.
No, that's not water. That's
Oh, winter. Oh, I heard that one. Jesus, please. Oh my God. If only Adeboye can know that. Oh my God, no. Let me reserve my words because
listen.
Wow. You mean everybody was wearing
hold on.
I was invited to Colorado in America in January. I don't like cold weather.
Okay.
Don't like it at all. That's why God made me in Nigeria. I don't like cold weather at all. But I just want to run away. Where it is summer all year long, and you want to go into. Congratulations. But I had to go to this meeting. It was very important. So I said to my father, "I'm going to Colorado. While I am there, suspend winter." I have a witness here today. Throughout the days I was there, people were wearing t-shirts in January. He pushed away the winter, brought in summer. I boarded the plane at 5 p.m. to travel back to Nigeria. 2 hours after I left, all the snow that had been hanging in the air began to fall. There is a God.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's Mambo.
2 hours after he left, all the snow that was hanging in the air, they remembered that we need to fall. Adeboye. God bless Reggie. Why are you not speaking? My gosh.
Because I'm just listening to him.
It's crazy. But unfortunately, guys, this is the main guy. When we talk about Christianity in Nigeria, he's number one. He is number one. This guy. He's number one. He's the daddy of them all. This man, he is the daddy of all of them.
Like granddaddy.
I call him the grand patriarch of Christianity. Everything Christianity, this guy. But you know something? We will continue to have these conversations. We will continue to, to go in. I'm glad that people are starting to have these conversations. I'm glad that people are starting to challenge the norm. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. The amount of monies that has gone into through this man's hands all these years, if that money was put into building factories, building schools, building things for the community, people would have been better off. Go and look at the areas surrounding the place where he puts his camp in Nigeria. You wouldn't want to live there. But he goes to other parts. He's now buying in other countries, buying homes, buying. I can't. No. And you wait, guys. The day that the problems of this church, they've already started. But the day that this man will honor life, the day this man honor lives, that church,
run down.
Who's gonna take over? Who's gonna take over?
His kids. What's that one? Leke.
Leke can't take it. Leke is foolish. He's not.
No, he will. Listen. The fact remains that he has his kids who have left Nigeria, and they are doing well in foreign. So they feel that the Nigerian system is not what they are talking about, as in they have an upper class lifestyle. So they can dictate to Nigerians. I remember when Leke came out to say, your first fruit, you need to ensure to pay your first fruit. Yeah. And there was a controversial conversation where people were saying, so what would you say about people who need to pay their children's school fees, house rents, and all that? And then you're talking about paying first, what's it called? First fruits. Mm-hmm. And Leke didn't sorry?
Go on.
Yeah. Leke wasn't concerned about and outrightly he wasn't concerned about their response. So a lot of it I think about, because I wonder who are these followers who think they can be what's the word, shadowed, downsized, and you can listen to somebody who says pay first fruits. What's the first fruit for? What's the reason for it? And then you have a lot of bills piling up on you. Yet, you have to sow seed for this. There are so many seeds they're paying in this. Counts it. Do you think that Usher has a right to the money? No. It's still the Adeboyes who will still decide where that money goes? And it is the same that even the EFCC, Nigerian police, whatever, they can't go after these pastors because the pastors themselves hold a high post that you can't question them. And then in the end, they are seen as top-ranking pastors, top-ranking officials of the country, and then you cannot question them. And that is a shame. So that is one of the things I think about that puts me off. And I'm wondering, where does that lead the country? Where does that lead the gullible followers? Where are we going as a nation, as people? You know, so I don't want to take your time, but what I need to say is this. Just came back from work, came off a live, and I'm just thinking, you know what, join the Afro Taste and be a part of it. And then I'm seeing Heaven's Gatekeeper, Breast Growing Back, all these so-called testimonies. And then we find a lot of pastors who are paying people to give testimonies. And then people like Adeboye will come this sign so low to get himself into such situation, and then will preach to people, encourage people to give money and say, you know what, you need to pay tithes, you need to pay money into the church, and this, where does the money go? Can you give account of it? That will make me know that, you know what, okay, I understand. But if you can't give account of all where the money goes, then you know what, it's fraud, it's dubious, it's criminal.
Exactly.
So I'll leave it here.
Thank you. Godless Reggie and Vessel. Vessel, are you still there?
I'm here.
Before we leave, I need to do something. So for the last 2 days, we were talking about Jerry Eze, right? That gentleman. Apparently, he has put out a video responding to his critics. I've not heard it at all. I don't know what he has said. So, yeah, I'm going to play it. Let's see what Jerry Eze has to say about those miracles and those things that happened at his center on the weekend.
That would be interesting.
Is evident. People of God, the answer we have to a generation is evidence. No talking too much. No answering anybody. No coming to go back and forth. No. Listen, NSP videos. You will never see this man here reply anybody. I don't have that kind of time. I don't have time. There are more important things to do for God. People of God, look at the arranged miracle. No, she was never on a wheelchair. Look at the parents saying,
Pastor Jerry replied at the priest and others who.
So he's not replying anyone. So it was not a fake.
Him addressing it is a response. That's a reply.
That is a response.
That is a reply.
That is a response. Let's see, what did you say?
Listen, NSP videos. You will never see this man here reply anybody. I don't have that kind of time. I don't have time.
He's bothered.
There are more important things to do for God.
He's bothered.
People of God, look at the arranged miracle. No, she was never on a wheelchair. Look at the parents saying, listen, NSP videos, you will.
Crazy. Yeah, that's the evidence. No, listen, you need to you see what he's trying to say is, look, I don't have time to talk to my critics. Why? I'm here making money. I'm here making the money. You think whatever you're saying is going to bother me? Every month, I make at least nothing more than $35 million every month. Oh, that's the figures. Is it $3.5 million? 3.5. I don't even know.
Actually said, see the arranged miracle.
Mm-hmm.
He said it. He said the miracle was arranged.
No, because people were saying it was arranged. People.
Oh, so it's like no, the parents of those children, when they stop collecting their disability living allowance and their carers allowance, then that's when they're going to know that this God
what God cannot do, it exists. It exists.
But what does
As
he
for
need?
Adeboye, I was thinking as well on the same lines that once this man unalives, everything is going to crumble.
Yes.
It's all going to crumble. All those buildings, I see them trying to sell them. Who's going to purchase them? Who?
This business that they have is very fickle. Adeboye, who's going to be your successor? You think that Leke is going to do even a minute what you've done? Joker. Jerry is excuse me, Uncle Jerry. By the time you have made all the money, what's the plan for this ministry? Who's going to be the head of your ministry? You and your wife, you have your issues, which you've even made public. You guys have your issues, and it's so obvious. So who's your success? Okay, maybe it's your son. Maybe you're grooming your son in preparation for taking over daddy's business, because it's all a business. Reggie, you were going to say something.
I don't understand what he meant by saying he don't have time to respond. And that little bit of time that you said that you could have responded, and more importantly, you don't have no job or nothing. You're flying around on your private jet around the world, spreading lies, screaming, kicking on the ground, making false prophecies, and pretending like you perform miracles. So you have plenty of time. Actually, you don't have nothing but time to respond to your critics. He basically, what he's doing is the same thing that the ops do when we get him on here, when we ask him tough questions. Oh, well, what about blah, blah, blah? He's just avoiding the question because he knows he doesn't have any answer for it.
Yeah. Mm. This is the words of somebody who is not only disturbed by the critics, is the words of somebody who is it's getting to him. It's getting to him. Because I think he's, when he's with his NSPPDians, right? Everyone is they're fangirling him. So he came out on the big stage, away from his usual playpen, right? His usual playpen is the online space where he does his praying, and everyone there, they're all together. But now he decided, now let's go out. Let's do it big this time around. What was he thinking? What was he thinking? That you wanted it televised to the whole world. You wanted it out there. Wait, what were you thinking when you were bringing out children to the front?
Was it his first time doing this in public?
Huh?
Was it his first time doing this in public?
No, I don't think that was the first, but I think that was the first one that was as big as that.
All right.
The plan is their goal is next year to be bigger, but we need to continue to have this conversation, because next year it cannot even happen at all. It cannot happen. Cannot happen. Anyway, people, I'm going to love and leave you all. We've done a few hours already, and yeah, this has been good. I was going to say let's get to, okay, we've got to 52K likes. That is wonderful. You guys are just amazing. You guys are just amazing. What would you guys want to talk about tomorrow? What do you guys, I'm going to leave this to you. Okay, what are we talking about tomorrow? Do you want to still do Jerry Eze and his nonsense?
Easy. Easy.
What's Reggie, what are you saying?
There's a song here that's called "We Want Easy," and I'm sure that's what the Nigerians are saying right now.
Okay. Interesting. My spiritual journey. How are you, my spiritual journey? Good to see you. So, what do you guys want to talk about tomorrow? PayPal. Any suggestions?
What's the other one? The other scammer.
Which one? Gilbert Daya.
No, not that one. Someone, what's his name? Mazdi in the comment. He mentioned the one he worships. I forgot what he's called. Can you name?
Is Jerry Eze?
No.
Mazdi. Oh, Joshua Selman.
Is this some? What's
Joshua
the other one?
You don't think that the Muslims miss you yet?
Yeah, people have been asking, when next are you doing the Muslim lives? Yes. Okay, how about we do that tomorrow?
Yeah, but we need to find a way to stop getting bananas.
No, what we will do is not have many people on stage so we can control the conversation.
That's true. His haters, they report you.
Yeah, so everyone can have an opportunity to speak, and we don't, we maybe don't use the word of the name of the prophet. Just say the prophet, but not use his name at all. And do not say Muslims. Do not say, oh, you Muslims, you do this, you must. No. You can say something like, all the believers in this religion or something like that. But no, because then they say
maybe not even mention the word religion as well.
Okay, this idea is.
I can't give up P3DO.
No, that's fine. You can say P3DO.
Oh no, my spiritual journey. That's terrible.
Oh my goodness, blamed you as a child for it not working. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. The way these people. Oh, and guys, please, those of you, this talking about Adeboye, it's going to be a regular. In fact, this isn't. I don't like TikTok for this sort of. Because when you're on YouTube, you can show the guy talking his trash. Huh? You can show it, but on here they will just take the thing down. So yeah, we will continue to have conversations. So follow me on YouTube. We will all these videos. I want to do a stream again on Adeboye's lies, but this time around, showing the videos and really doing a deep dive. We can play longer videos because my goodness, every time he goes on the stage to preach, if he's on there for 1 hour, he only preaches for about 20 minutes. The rest of it is all these tales by moonlight he tells over there. All his stupid tales. Never mentions names, never mentions anything to, indicate that these are real people. Most of his stories are always very vague. And, yeah, the man just talks a lot of lies, but never mind. Anyway, Godless, are you going live now or later?
It'll be like 20 minutes.
In 20 minutes, okay. So, guys, follow Godless Reggie and Adeboye versus Trump. Who lies more? Sky, how are you? Who lies more? Adeboye versus Trump. No. Adeboye wins. Adeboye, well, I don't know. How old is Trump, by the way? How old is Trump? How old is Trump? You said Trump. I'm good, thank you, Sky. How old is Trump? 78. Adeboye is 82. So Adeboye is lying longer than. Huh? Adeboye has been on earth more than Trump, so he's been lying more than Trump has been lying. Yeah, he's lied more. Trump is not doing it in the name of God, is he? Maybe he is. I don't know.
Somewhere, somehow he is. But do you think Adeboye says these stories because he loses his train of thought? You know, the older you get, the more your memory deteriorates. Perhaps that's why he's saying all these tales.
Senile, going senile.
Some of the tales he tells do not make absolute sense
at all.
No. I think Trump is a serial liar.
Hey.
Trump is incapable of telling the truth for just a second. I mean, I watched Trump make a speech and everything is just bogus lies. There's no element of truth. And you see, this is what scares me about the people themselves. We, the people, we are the problem. You see, these people are just one personality. And then you see, I still don't understand how we voted Trump in 2016. Imagine. I still don't understand how people have been listening to Adeboye for the past, I don't know, 20, 30 years without figuring out that this guy's a serial liar. I don't just understand. So the problem are the people.
True.
Because if you have a lot of people that will not be able to figure out the difference between truth and lies, it's a huge problem. And that is why the society is failing fast.
And that is why somebody like what's his name, Jerry Eze, can sit on his platform and say he's not going to answer. He's not going to, because he knows that the gullible people will believe him. If there were more people putting out a force, right, making Jerry Eze, you know what? All right, it's time.
Imagine
I know Jerry Eze, because you decided you don't want to. I think it's time. Let's do this. Let's do it. We're going to go and look at some of his miracles that he has been performing in his church, and tag him. Tag Jerry Eze. Tag his wife. Tag his NSPPD people. Tag everybody. And then we do a review of all the miracles that he has claimed has happened in his church. Let's see then, Jerry, whether you would not be.
Look at the people. Look at the amount of people in that stadium.
You guys know that Jerry cries at home. You hope you know. He cries when he's obsessed. No, seriously, his wife has said, he's such a gentleman. Whenever she upsets him, he cries like a baby.
All those things are emotional blackmail on people. Trump uses that a lot too, and you see it's the same pattern. Trump always lies. He has understudied all these pastors and everything, and Trump understand one thing. You learn from the Trump experience. Trump said it during the 90s that he was ever going to come out as a presidential candidate. It was going to come through the GOP, that's the Republican Party, because they can take any lies. They can, just buy anything you throw at them, at face value. Now, the same thing with these pastors. Now, when you look at the kind of lies that Trump is lying, everybody that lies, everybody that deceives, everybody that is scamming, they understand that, okay, religious people like Trump, for example, doesn't go to church, is not a religious person, but they understand that these people are cults. And you can easily go away with anything you tell them, especially when you use the religious name. And that is what he's been doing since 2016. Most of the people he's trying to get to vote for him are the religious people, the evangelists especially. So you see, the religious people are really the problem because they just are addicted to lies, like I normally say. And it's depressing to see that most people in this world are not just ready to take time, listen to people, break down what they're saying, not just go for anything people say at face value or something like that. You need to understand where they're coming from, where they are at that moment, and where they're going to. So Trump understood all these tactics. He knew that these people, because most of the people that causes this problem are religious people, politically or religiously. They are intertwined. When you look at people that call themselves Christians, how do you see somebody like Donald Trump and still call that person a Christian. Yes, he is a Christian because that is exactly what they do. They manipulate people, manipulate everything, lie about everything, and then they go away with it. And when you ask them questions, they play the victim cards, And everybody has been playing these cards. And I don't know if we are ever going to be able to pull out of this darkness. I don't just understand. Because I will tell you this evening that I think we have more gullible people than people that are not, I just think so. And that's the problem. And
just one second. Ems, you can hear me. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Islam tomorrow. So Ems, tomorrow we're going to speak on Islam. So we'll get ready.
And like I was saying, I don't even know. I think I lost what I wanted to say. I forgot. You see, it's just not acceptable because you see, government, religion, they all work hand in hand. And I think one of the solutions we need worldwide, why democracy is not working. I'll tell you why democracy is not working. Most of the democracy were kind of like drafted out of most of the constitutions, were drafted out of religious beliefs. So first of all, we need to separate those, connections. We need what we call new generation kind of constitution, like in America right now. We don't need the electoral college. After people have voted, then you're not bringing the electoral college. I think the constitution is really fucked up, messed up, and we need to kind of like amend it. And it's almost impossible to amend that constitution. Every country, like look at Namibia. You see the kind of rules and regulations they set. Those kind of rules and regulations will definitely alienate religion from their system, and they will be good. So any country that wants a better life for its citizen needs to update drastically their constitution first. If you do that and put religion in a very tight corner, like they got to start to be paying tax. You can't just have churches or mosques everywhere. This region shouldn't have more than this and this and that. Control everything. Then we're gonna get to a place because all these people they are everywhere. And when you come out and you start telling everybody good morning, good morning, good morning, and even if it's afternoon or evening, you kept saying good morning, good morning, good morning, that becomes true when you keep repeating things. And these are what these things they do. They keep repeating and repeating and repeating and trying to sell it to the people, and then they press themselves. The media, it's also not helping issues because the media are so biased. If they like you, they are with you. Or if you pay them, they are with you. So when the media outlet is lying or they're not being genuine and all those things. So the constitution of each country is very important.
Just very quickly, so we can Reggie's live now, so we can move over there. If you want to come over there, Sky, we can have this conversation over there.
All right. Absolutely.
You follow Reggie?
Reggie.
Broadcast Reggie.
I'll search for the
Search for us. Search for
right.
myself and
the Afro Life. Just come down.
Yes. Search
for Afro. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much. Sky, is that you in the pictures there?
Yeah, that's me. Have a wonderful night first and my regards to.
I don't remember you looking like that.
That's me actually. I just did some AI adjustment to the photo. That's
okay. So I don't remember you looking like that.
I just did some AI adjustments to yeah.
Okay, so there's some embellishments going on.
Is Sky single?
Well, I won't say I'm single. I'm just a dad. I'm a single dad. So, but I have a girlfriend.
Okay, I was gonna let you know about Godless Dating that Afro is hosting.
Oh. No, I have somebody actually, but I'm not just married. I'm not interested in dating and marrying and all those things. Are part of those religious lies, my own mentality. That's what I see.
Well, if you know any other godless people, do let them know. Afro is doing godless dating. That's for people who do not believe in the existence of a God.
Well, I don't believe in the existence of God anyway. So
what Afro does is matching people who do not.
Which is very good apparently, because like I believe I don't think I can even stand any religious person in religion these days. No, it has got to that stage. I can never stand any religious person because their mentality is just so annoying.
Yes, Kenyo, godless dating at the weekend on my other page.
Yeah,
yes,
it's good. I think you should be able to match people that have the same ideology together, because somebody coming and singing into my ear, Jesus, Jesus, or whatever, it's really annoying. And
praise the Lord now. I will praise him every day.
the kind of publicity they give all this God is just too much. These people, can't they just do something for themselves?
Yeah, look for us. Let's go.
All right.
When you say, no. My son's grandmother says that it just sounds a little different. That's Niger speak. When you say, Anyway, folks, if you want to follow us, meet us at Reggie's. Just look for myself, look for Vessel. I'm coming here. Okay, Kenya, you better come. Right, Kenya, you better make sure you're there. Okay. All right, guys. We're going over
Thank
to
you, everyone, for tapping, for the gifts, for taking.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys. You're the best.
Exactly. Thank you, everyone, and everyone on YouTube. Thank you as well.